What happens when revenge is the only thing keeping you alive? And then suddenly, you get your revenge? For years, Thorfinn lived for one purpose: to kill Askeladd. That hatred gave him direction. It gave him identity. It gave him meaning. But then, Askeladd died. And with him, Thorfinn lost himself. The Farmland Arc isn't about action. It isn't about war. It's about emptiness. And honestly, that makes it one of the most brutal arcs ever written. One of the smartest things Vinland Saga does is remove Thorfinn's purpose completely. Most revenge stories end when the villain dies, but Farmland Arc begins there. And suddenly, Thorfinn becomes terrifyingly human. Because without revenge, he has no idea who he is. No dream, no future, no reason to live. And that emptiness feels real. Not dramatic, not romanticized, just painfully real. The genius of the Farmland Arc is that Thorfinn becomes physically trapped only after mentally losing his freedom. He was already a slave long before the farm, a slave to hatred, a slave to violence, a slave to revenge. And Einar changes everything, because for the first time in years, someone treats Thorfinn like a human being. Not a weapon, not a killer, just a broken person. The nightmare sequence might be the most important moment in Vinland Saga, because Thorfinn is finally forced to look at himself. For years, violence was survival. Killing was normal. But now, for the first time, Thorfinn understands the weight of the lives he destroyed. And the horrifying part is that nobody forced him into that darkness anymore. He walked there himself. Then, Vinland Saga does something almost impossible. It changes. Most stories glorify violence. They treat kindness as weakness. But Farmland Arc argues something completely different. That becoming a better person is harder than becoming a monster. When Thorfinn says, "I have no enemies," it isn't naive. It's the hardest decision he's ever made. Because hatred is easy. Violence is easy. But choosing peace after living through hell takes unimaginable strength. And then there's Canute. Because Farmland Arc quietly asks another terrifying question. Can kindness survive power? Canute and Thorfinn become perfect opposites. One seeks peace through power, the other seeks peace through understanding. And Vinland Saga never gives an easy answer. Because both men are trying to create a better world, but only one of them still remembers humanity. The reason Farmland Arc feels so different is because it understands something most stories ignore. Real change is quiet. It's slow. It's painful. There are no massive victories here. No triumphant battles. No glorious revenge. Just a broken man learning how to live again. And somehow, that feels more powerful than any fight scene. Farmland Arc changed Vinland Saga forever because it changed what the story believed in. It stopped asking, who deserves to die? And started asking, can broken people truly change? And honestly, that question is far more difficult. Because revenge is simple. Hate is simple. Violence is simple. But becoming kind after the world teaches you cruelty might be the hardest thing a human being can do. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more psychological anime arc essays. And tell me in the comments, what do you think is the greatest character transformation in anime?